All right. Probably one of the last, not the last, but hopefully for a while I'm going to be able to do other type of videos than rooftop videos. The track should be reopening tomorrow, so if all goes well, tomorrow I'll be filming at PYC in Fanling, which is a great track that has asphalt layout outdoor, which is medium size, but the ground is really good for foam tires. I have issues over there with some of my touring tires on the FF or the F1, so luckily I'm planning to drive mostly with the foam tires cars tomorrow, the Pans, and I'll be driving my vintage 375 as well, which I've been longing to drive. The last time basically I was able to go to a track was the end of last November, when I filmed that 375 at that track in Fanling, and that was a great time. And the track in Fanling as well has an indoor carpet track, which is seldom used, but once again I want to be able to try my Pans over there, the 112, the 4-wheel drive Proto, and my FP. So hopefully the track will be opened as it should tomorrow, and I'll be able to go. So that's going to be good. And then of course the track reopening means that my local, the nearby public track, which is free, will be open all the time. So it is not the best track for driving performance cars outside of the two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive touring chassis. It's really not a good car, a good track for pen cars, because it's very bumpy. But nevertheless, that's going to be good to be able to just ride my bike over there and play some cars on the weekend with a lot of people. Now, this buddy is eating the floor. He's so low in the front, but I'm pretty much on my last. I don't think I can go much higher on the body front, so we'll just have to hear the scratchy nose. I'm driving my test chassis with the semi. This is my favorite of the two semi buddies, although the one with the square cab over is really cool, but I don't know, this one has something more cartoonish about it. And on this one I put the gigantic wing at the back, which I didn't do on the other buddy, and I really like this mad wing over there. So I have been driving with those my printed not tires, of course, my rims, my SLA rims. Now on every single cars, I don't know how many battery packs I have, but now I can safely say those are not going to have any issue, no more than the plastic rims would have. So I'm really happy with that. I know I had a question. I have a lot of questions about 3D parts and 3D print, and you can, if you follow my different ventures online, you will know that I have quite a few open source items available. I have a full chassis kit. Oopsie. That's painful. I have a full chassis kit available. I have rims. I have a few things on GrabCAD, on Thingiverse. I have been for a very long time as well on Shapeways, which is not a 3D file parts bin when people can grab things for free, but they do very high quality prints, and I have quite a lot of parts over there for my cars, for other cars, for scale trucks, scale accessories and such. So that's another place I've been. But the parts that are not on available on my web store or over there to download are just not open source, because I'm not into open source RC cars. I don't think those are very good. You know, the community things, it's great for people who like the technology of 3D printing, but I think people who are serious about racing, there is nothing, really nothing much you can download online and print and race with. They are, I don't think they are designed by people who actually play the hobby of RC. They are designed more by people who enjoy the 3D printing side of things, or maybe they are RC guys, but they don't know about manufacturing and engineering RC parts and plastic parts for cars. So yeah, so on that front, I'm not sharing the file that I create. Those files, by the way, are for some of them as well made in aluminium. Some are made in FRP. So I'm not in the business of no of no business with the open source. I'm trying to make my stuff as cheaply as possible. I've gone through quite a lot of iteration from my very first tests at producing cars until now, and I think now the quality of the parts, the reliability of everything is fairly worth the price that I put. And I think, now I might be wrong, of course, but you need to remember that I'm not mass producing anything, so I think the price that I managed to get for the parts and the spare parts is honest, and it's not like, it's not mad. I don't think it is now. I think, you know, opinions may vary widely on that, because I don't know, a lot of people like to buy $300 clones of $1,000 cars, so, you know, to each his own. So yeah, on that 3D parts side, I'm not, what I want to share, I'm sharing it already, so there will be more, and it is what it is. And the other thing as well, I had a request for giving away the material I'm using for my white plastic parts, and I don't have it. This is between me and the manufacturer. I think it's a good material. It took some searching to find it, and I welcome everybody to do their own research into material and design, and you know, I don't know. I think it's I know it's a touchy subject. It's like you know, I'm from an old generation when, you know, we used to buy our own stuff. I still buy my music. I buy my movies. I buy my TV shows. I own my softwares, and you know, I do my own tooling. I do my own designing and engineering and research, and it takes quite a lot to get things rolling and to get everything moving together softly. So, as much as I understand that on the internet everything is free, and at the same time everything is for sale, if you really think about it, but I'm trying to just go on with my little race car project and try to make something that it aims, you know, I'm trying to do something serious, although I'm not pretending to be trying to compete with anyone, because I don't have the financial capacity, and to be honest, I'm not really trying as well to do something that's popular. I'm just trying to do something I believe in, and that I enjoy, because I think then will be other weirdos like me that will enjoy it, and apparently they are. The little pen car, the little pen has been selling very, very well. I'm really happy about that. The buddies are not doing too well, but this I was expecting that, because it's the Mini Z world, and the drifters wants basically driving, you know, model, which is understandable because they drive so slowly, they don't have much risk of hurting the buddies, and so they can afford to drive basically amazing looking models of the cars. And Mini Z's drivers, well, they have the auto scales, and there's no competition on the auto scale. They do amazing work at Kyosho. Their cars look fantastic. They have you know, licensing, and they have different iterations of the cars, the street car and the livery car and the race car, the wide body cars. So I think it's a pretty niche market, the clear body, and on top of that, I'm not trying to steal licensing as well. So my bodies are not reproductions like the GT55s are, which are whatever Team C have. They just reduce the mold. So the chassis in itself, I think people are kind of up with it, because first of all, there are not many pan chassis available on the market. The pan chassis are fairly expensive, namely the new Atomic and the GLR. I mean, they are the Atomic. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never driven it, but I saw the GLR, and boy, it's fantastic. It's an absolute rocket. It's glued to the floor. It's fantastic. But for my tastes, as you know, it's simplicity and affordability. So I think that's what I've been catching on with this little PC platform, and now thankfully with the different iterations of the car is going to allow even more different people to have fun with it. And the less I rely on manufacturers, namely for the tire, the rims now as well, then that's going to give me just a lot more leeway to do even more interesting things with the cars. So I'm still, by the way, thinking about the six-wheeler. There are problems with the ride height in the front, so I haven't done much. I've just been thinking about that. I haven't been really designing anything. I have sourced the wheels, the rims, not the rims, sorry, the tires for it, but it is very, very, very low to the ground. So I have to think about this one. Might take a little bit once the manufacturing comes back here by the end of the month. I'm going to have so much catching up to do with the orders and ordering parts that I could not receive for the entire month of February because of the Chinese New Year, that I don't think I'm going to have much time to concentrate on that. I'm going to go with the mold for the body for the 112. I'm going to make a video on that probably by the end of the week or during the weekends. I have completed the body for the 1970s Proto, the T290, so there's going to be probably a dual, I don't know if it's going to be one kit or two kits, but there are two different variants of the same body. I might start with only one of them. I might do everything at the same time. I don't know. You'll see. I'm going to post what I have on this thing, and feel free to tell me what do you think. I've seen BT Design came out with a new body that's pretty cool. I don't like it as much as the cap forward body that they have, but it's nice. It's always hard to know with BT Design what the body looks like, because they paint really with too many colors that I wait to see it on the track somewhere to make an opinion. But yeah, so this is what it is. I'm sorry every 3D printer guy over there that I am not giving everything that I've done for the past few years for free. But I'm trying to do something here. So, you know, as much as I've quite opened a lot of venues, like with the 112 freewheel. I know there were some students in Germany that were using some of the files I had done online and asked me for permissions, which of course I gave to make their own chassis. And oopsie, I fell down. So that kind of thing, I'm absolutely all for it. Anybody who wants to come up with, you know, better parts, option parts, replacement parts for the cars that I have, super open to it as well. But the parts that I've managed to engineer and how I'm actually managing to produce them, this is going to stay in my little trade secret book. There's honestly nothing amazing about it, but you know, it's taking time and effort to do that. Especially I've done the most of the work this year. Oh gosh, now the tires are warm, I'm gonna fall all the time. You know, most of the development that I have done for all the new RC cars has happened basically because of the COVID crisis. I have, like everybody, lost a significant amount of my income as a product designer, and so I have started to do this thing that I've been passionate about for many years, but I never had a lot of time to concentrate on, and so now I finally have had pretty much a full year of being able to work on that almost daily, with the pretty much the lack of work on the outside. So, you know, it takes something to do. Even, you know, it might not appear as much on the outside, but it takes quite a lot to do some ventures like that. I don't have the backup of pretty much anybody locally, or retailers or distributors or manufacturers, so this is my own little project, and you know, I'm sure everybody understands, but I understand as well that people expect, you know, as soon as there is the word 3D printed somewhere, people think cheapy open source, you know, please please give it to me for free. But I don't. I just think that 3D printing is kind of the, you know, power to the people for being your own low quantity manufacturer, or getting low quantity manufactured by suppliers, which is amazing, because I've worked with plastic injection for years as a product designer, and no one, let's be clear about that, no one can afford a plastic injection mold, you know. So in order to do something to the scale of even small manufacturers like GL, you need serious financial backup, because one aluminum mold for plastic injection costs the price of a small car, and I mean full-size car. So yeah, it is what it is, and I think there might be more things coming up to my GrabCAD as I evolve with the cars. For instance, the 112 trike. A lot of the 3D printed parts are non-existent on the car anymore. Now there's pretty much no more 3D printed parts at all on this car, so it's possible that I will have some version of the car available, but to be realistic, you can't have the 112 car 3D printed, because you need a carbon or a plexiglass. You need some kind of fiber or aluminum chassis. You can't have a 3D printed chassis on the 112 scale. That's just not possible if you are any serious about driving the car. On the 128, I don't really think you can, but I did it when I prototyped the mini trike, and because the trike likes flexibility, it kind of worked with the trike. So I said a long time ago that I was going to put it online, the model for the trike. I might do it, but because it requires manufacturer parts for it to work, then you get the anger of all the 3D printer on the side that says that the project you put online is not a 3D printing project, because you actually have real wheels and real axle and uprights. So it's a little bit of a war between the world of the 3D printing community and the hobbyists and the clubs and everything. So wow, dude, I'm kind of consistent with this car. Alright, so look, I just wanted to put it out there. My apologies to the people that I have not replied to on the subject, but now you know where I'm standing on that. I'm hoping you understand. I mean, you know, let's be realistic about those things as well. And yeah, so tomorrow, if everything goes well, in the afternoon I'm going to be able to spend time at the track, and this time, unlike last time, I will have charged my camera, because last time I went there I didn't charge my heads mounted camera, my FPV to make my little dirty movie, and my RC movies. No, actually they're the same. And my action cam as well had no power, so I'm gonna charge them tonight, and tomorrow I will have a lot of power. I will have sufficient space on my SD cards, and I'll be able to film a little bit more than usually, and hopefully not crash too much, because it's really been a while. But I feel driving the Mini Z is really helpful for consistency and driving line. I really think it's a good. I didn't drive them until I owned them a year ago, and I'm really, as you can probably tell, I'm not a good driver, but this seems to be really helpful for line and consistency, because you can't really screw up much with those cars. If you screw up, it's fairly unforgivable. Alright, so on that note, well, you will see if the track were open, because I will have a video, and if not, then you'll hear me ranting on my roof tomorrow night like a madman, because let's be honest, it's been pretty much since December that everything is closed here, and I'm starting to lose it, like probably everybody else is starting to lose it, so they better open those, otherwise there's going to be some RC cars protest in the streets in the coming month. Alright everybody, on that note, I'm gonna finish my battery on the roof, and I'm gonna hope that everybody is safe and sane wherever they are, and I will talk to you again soon. Alright, bye bye. Oh, understeer.